I live in York County, Pennsylvania, and I am no stranger to political polarization. It's a very, very red county with a very blue dot being York City in the center. And what I think is very interesting, despite all of the differences, again, I'm a very staunch progressive, and there's very, very firm conservatives is the word I'll use in this area. A lot of evangelicals, a lot of MAGA Republicans. And something that I think is really interesting is not our differences, but the areas that we overlap. And one of the biggest is the opposition to these AI data centers. Everywhere I drive here in York County, I see signs that are protesting and opposing these AI data centers that they're throwing into our county, raising our prices, and just expecting us to front the bill. It's not fair, not to us in general, for us to be straddled with the costs of these giant data centers. And I want to clarify two things, because I've had the opportunity to kind of work near some legislators, and I think it's really important to specify what the importance of these data centers are. They are not so it is quicker for you when you Google something on ChatGPT. That's not what they're for. It is so they can train models to be stronger in the future. For what we have now, which I would say is largely sufficient, we don't need this huge unchecked growth, especially if it is financially unstable for our markets. We don't need this unchecked AI growth if it is only for training new models. Right now, if every AI data center in the United States stopped, if we stopped adding new ones tomorrow, ChatGPT would not straddle at all. It would not be strained. It would be fine. Everything would be fine. What these data centers are for is so they can use an incredible amount of power and an incredible amount of data to feed into these machines and try and make them, do something new. You give it X amount of wattage, they can do different languages. You give it another amount of wattage, they can generate AI video. And they continually go up and up and up with the experimentation of these things, but to actually run the testing and to get it to a point where they can, have a model like a Sora, and you can just make AI videos on your phone. Just doing that is relatively energy oppressive. It's not gonna kill it the way that the training models do. The training models are extremely, extremely hard on our local infrastructure. We're seeing water shortages and extreme spikes in the price for electricity because these data centers use more electric and water than the entire towns surrounding them. They are not good for the American people. And when you take into the consideration that they're largely being used for training purposes, it doesn't need to be here. If it's so easy to uproot and send things outside of the United States, why are we forcing them into our small towns, into the United States? It's really not a necessity, and it infuriates me. And the AI lobby and some of these other big tech lobbies have just decided that they were gonna lobby our Congress people and screw us, the American people. And I'm tired of it. And Republicans and Democrats, or at least I'll say progressives, true Republicans and true progressives agree so wholeheartedly on this point. And if we really want to see, more Democrats, or let's be real, progressives, win seats in, rural Alabama or rural Ohio or rural Georgia, maybe we'll go a little bluer than Alabama. But these rural counties that, would really invest in these progressive ideas, if not, served to them by Fox News, if we got an arbiter of these policies to go into these, rural towns and rural counties like York County and explain to them that, look, we agree on this. We shouldn't argue. Let's put a stop to these AI data centers. That is the power of progressive policies, because really it's a working class ideology. And it feeds the same kind of needs that, it puts food on the table for progressive, for working class Americans, whether they be red or blue. So these are the policies that the Democratic Party needs to invest in and put forward. That's why I don't like Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries, because they don't invest in the American people.